Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for July 26th. July 26th is the 207th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 208th in leap years, with 158 days remaining to the end of the year. In 2024, I'm looking to talk about each of the states and territories of the United States, and we do have a state to talk about today, so here we go. New York was admitted as the 11th U.S. state on July 26, 1788. New York City is its largest city, and its capital is Albany. New York's motto is Excelsior, which is a Latin term that means higher, superior, or lordly, and is commonly translated as ever upward. Ever upward. New York State is the 27th largest in square miles, the 4th most populous, and 8th most densely populated as of 2023. New York's nickname is the Empire State. Interestingly, while all of that has been so for literal centuries, we're not sure exactly why. The fact that George Washington referred to New York as the seat of the empire in 1785 and used the phrase pathway to empire in the 1790s suggests that the notion, the idea, the concept relating the term empire to New York had been in use long enough by then to be so casually mentioned. There are many references to the term Empire State, and they all relate to New York in some way. For example, you've got the Empire State Building, the Empire State Trail. The main offices of the state government are located at the Empire State Plaza in Albany, the state capital. Georgia has been known as the Empire State of the South during the antebellum period, during the American Civil War, and I remember visiting Atlanta and being told that Atlanta was called Little New York. You've got your Empire State Express of the New York Central Railroad, the Empire Service, a rail line from New York City to Niagara Falls that goes through Albany, and the phrase Empire State has occasionally appeared on New York license plates. People who are from or who live in New York may be referred to as New Yorkers. The New York State bird is the eastern bluebird. The state flower is the rose. The state fruit is the apple. The state insect is the nine-spotted ladybug. The state mammal for New York is the North American beaver. The state fish are the brook trout and the striped bass. State trees are the sugar maple and the lilac bush, both of which I saw plenty of when I lived there. And I know you won't be shocked to learn that New York's state sport is baseball. New York's state song is I Love New York. There are so many interesting things about New York, and I could tell you from experience, having lived in the state, that so many people from everywhere else, when they hear the name New York, they immediately think of what they've seen on television of New York City. Almost exclusively, New York City is what they think of. Times Square, the Empire State Building, Wall Street, the bridges, the subways, the skyscrapers, the Statue of Liberty. When you tell someone you live in New York, their mind immediately jumps to what they've seen in the media of New York City. But as much and as amazing as all that is, there is so much more to the state of New York. All that exists in just this little dot here, New York City. But look, there's all this too, so much more than just New York City. You've got the Adirondacks and Adirondack Park, the largest state park in the United States, larger than Yellowstone, Everglades, Glacier, and Grand Canyon National Parks combined. You've got one of the most famous waterfalls in the world, the beautiful Niagara Falls, straddling the border between the United States and Canada. And it's not just one waterfall, it's three: Horseshoe Falls, American Falls, and Bridal Veil Falls. Quite the phenomenon of nature, that one, and a remarkable thing to see. You've got the Finger Lakes, a collection of 11 long, narrow, and deep glacial-cut lakes. Actually, Lake Otsego, the headwaters of the Susquehanna River in Cooperstown, is a glacial-cut Finger Lake, but it's far enough away from the other 11 that is just not counted among them. Cooperstown itself, home of the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in New York, is nowhere near New York City. You've got the historic Erie Canal, the Thousand Islands Archipelago up in the St. Lawrence Seaway, and the Catskills. All that to say that New York is so much more than just New York City. The state of New York celebrates its 236th year on July 26, 2024. Happy Statehood Day, New York. Now that's it for today. If I missed something you think I should have mentioned, do let me know in the comments. We'll see you next time.